And we're back. The Incredible Hoax. I am Chris.
I am Mark.
Movies. One of our favorite directors that has successes and non-successes. We're fell off the radar, and movie buffs still love him, is John Carpenter. And we here lately we've done some football and politics.
I'm digging this topic so far. Go ahead.
We've done football and politics lately, and that's all good. But don't ever lose sight of what we really enjoy the most, and that's movies.
Right.
Your favorite John Carpenter movie, and number 2, your favorite John Carpenter moment.
Oh.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, Escape from New York. I love Escape from New York. Snake Plissken, are you kidding me? Great. One of the great action characters of all time. But the movie was not to be topped because even the master with Escape from L.A. couldn't
top his own.
Couldn't top the original. So, but it's a shame too because it's such a great character. Best John Carpenter moment. Well, I think dramatically is one answer, and then my private favorite moment is another.
Give the private favorite.
The private one is They Live. I love that. At one point, the people are the resistance movement is trying to rally
with the glasses and yeah.
Yeah, and one of the extras, he's just had enough of this waiting around, all that. Time to quit talking about it now. We spill blood. It's just so.
He loves that line.
I love that line. So
yeah, he loves that line. He quotes that line like all the time.
All the time.
That might be your most quoted line ever when we're just having conversation. So when we spill some blood. If you've watched They Live, you might remember that. If you've never seen the movie They Live, go out and check it out like immediately.
I shamelessly, I think, work that in once a week somewhere. So
yeah, that's probably easily hands down your most quoted line that you always do.
Yeah.
My favorite John Carpenter movie of all time is Big Trouble in Little China. Adore that movie.
Yeah,
it's on
awesome.
Netflix. It kind of stays on Netflix. It's kind of always there. I watched it I had it on just this weekend. The scene where the guy blows up and he gets all big and the air comes out of his nose.
Yeah, right.
Jude, my 4-year-old, saw that scene and he played it, and I'm not joking. We replayed it about 6 times. He kept laughing at it and laughing at it. He thought it was so funny when the air would come out of his nose and he'd blow up.
Right.
I love Big Trouble in Little China. I don't know, my favorite John Carpenter moment.
Yeah.
Man, it's God.
Your personal favorite that I guess makes you
the fight and They Live.
The most happy, I suppose.
And just by saying the fight and They Live, you should know what I'm talking about in the alley. The ending of They Live is beautiful.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite John Carpenter moment ever is it's all in the reflexes. When it's a great sequence when Jack Burton throws the knife, misses, hits the gong. The guy, Lopan, picks it up, looks at it, throws it back at Jack Burton, Kurt Russell.
Right.
He grabs it and throws it back and hits him in the head.
He finally, it is, yeah.
That is and he goes, all in the reflexes, and it's just like he's the John Wayne, overblown, blowhard character. That he had his hero moment.
Finally,
that's his hero moment where he gets the main bad guy, and I love that scene. And he's I love Barney Fife, overblown type characters. That's my favorite type of character.
Yeah.
For comic relief. And that to me was a very, Barney Fife, sniffing. He thinks he's all badass.
Yeah.
That was your Kurt Russell's version.
Kind of exaggerated emotions.
Exaggerated. It's all in the reflexes. I love that scene. It makes no sense why it's my favorite moment, but I love that scene.
Yes. So yes, if you're looking for cool movies that you haven't rediscovered, I definitely say go out and find They Live. If you haven't seen it.
As a cult favorite of ours is They Live.
We love that, yeah.
Ever since we first saw it, we've adored that movie.
Yeah.
It was like one of the movies the first time we watched it, we were hooked.
Yeah, and don't let the fact that it stars Roddy Piper throw you off.
That's one of the beauties of it.
It's one of the beauties of
He's
it.
good in it.
He's really good. Anyway, it's a classic. I'm sorry.
No, man, I don't care. I don't care. People can make fun of me all they want. I don't care. I don't care who you put in that role. Roddy Piper's as good as anybody in that role.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody. I mean nobody. I mean Laurence Olivier. I don't care who it is.
Well,
I don't care who you put in that role.
It could have been Schwarzenegger, but he wouldn't have done any better than Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper did as good as anybody, hands down, would have done. I don't care. You can take all of film history and pick any freaking fancy-antsy British actor you want. Roddy Piper did as good a job as any human being would in that role. That was his role, man.
Yeah.
And Starman and
Starman's underrated.
Salt and Precinct 13, the real one. Gosh, go watch all this stuff. John Carpenter.
Yeah, they're great.
Have a John Carpenter marathon. And lest we forget Halloween.
Yes,
we'd be
Halloween.
remiss if we didn't mention Halloween.
And The Thing. Those are the two big Halloween horror movies of his. Halloween and The Thing.
All right, we can go on and on about John Carpenter, but we must wrap up this show. So you got some rental ideas. So go and bask in the glory of John Carpenter.
John Carpenter, we salute you.